Elm Logistics. For all your logistic needs, call 631-299-3595. That's 631-299-3595. Elm Global Logistics. Pride, performance, and partnerships.
All right, let's open up with this, man.
Yeah.
World reacts to OJ Simpson transgender news.
Now, hold on a second. We're just going to switch right back to being normal bozos? You're going to talk to me about OJ? All right, well, we'll be bozos. Go ahead. Tell me what this bozo has to say.
Former star running back and infamous murder suspect OJ Simpson claims that he has tried to stay away from the...
You're funny. Keep going, murder. Tell me what the murder
from the subject of transgender women in women's sports, and he is no longer staying quiet. So we'll play the video and tell you what OJ had to say.
Well, there's a subject that I've tried to stay out of, but here lately it's hard to avoid. I saw Megan Rapinoe said that she would love to be competing against transgender women, and look, I'm all for it. I think, you be whatever you want to be. To me, it doesn't really matter. I remember years ago when I was a tennis player and I saw Dr. Renee Richards compete. Here was a person in their 40s that transgender, and the courts ruled that she could compete. And hey, she was pretty good. She didn't win any major tournaments. I think she got to a finals of a doubles once, and I think she got to the third round of a singles. But let's face the fact, even though she was in her 40s and never a great tennis player, being a biological male, she was able to do pretty well against the women back then. I see the girl in Connecticut is suing the state, the track girl, because never was able to get a gold medal in her junior and senior year because she was competing against guys who identified as female. I mean, they went through no medical or any change, but they just said they identified and they beat her. My thing is, why don't they treat it, especially in track and field, why don't you treat it like the marathon? Let everybody compete, but when it's over, have a category for female, a category for male, and a category for transgenders. Senator in South Carolina stated, what if Mike Tyson decide to identify as a female? Are you going to let him box women? I don't think so. I'm a golfer, and trust me, you could take probably the 350th rated male golfer if he decides, well, now that we know women are making all of this money, but if he decides that he wants to identify as a female, trust me, you would probably be a top 10 female golfer. It just isn't fair. If you're born a male, you're born a female, I don't think it's fair in sports to have them competing against one another. Give them their own category. Let the trans compete against the trans, the female against the females, and the males against the male. I'm just saying. Take care.
Jimmy, thoughts? On Mr. Simpson's view on transgender athletes.
I just want to know, does OJ identify himself as a male murderer? That's about as much time as I'll give you, OJ. Fuck off.
Wait, you had no other...
No, I don't. Yeah. Fuck off.
Right, with the language.
Damn it.
Last show where you're out of control.
Yeah, you're right.
I have to jump in.
Okay, fine. OJ...
You got nothing to say.
OJ, you're a jerk. Who cares? Is that better?
That's
that cleaner?
That is cleaner.
I feel clean. I feel wholesome now. So if OJ got a sex change of some kind, he would identify himself as a transvestite murderer.
Well, transgender murder.
Transgender. What's the difference anyway? I'm so confused. Can you break
It is
that
a little
down for
bit
me?
difficult.
Transvestite,
but I would say
transgender?
one quick thing.
Know.
Girl in Connecticut can't win because she's competing against men who identify as women.
Right.
Do you think she has a legitimate case? I'll slow it down just to make sure.
Entertain this?
She's a woman.
Yeah.
Can't win because she's competing against transgender women. Right? So these are men who identify as a woman competing against real women.
Stick to your own lane.
Killing them.
Stick to your own lane.
So you don't agree with transgender in sports?
Stick to your own lane. You know what's scary? I might agree with OJ. Didn't he say that they should all just stick to their own lanes?
I think it's ridiculous at this point that they're talking about making a transgender category.
I agree. You want me to disagree? I agree. I agree with that.
And how about the tennis player who's
where
a man?
Where else are we heading here?
How about the tennis
player?
Like
you said, what if Mike Tyson, he actually... OJ's
wait a minute,
making
though.
points.
How about the tennis player who's a man?
Okay. Yeah.
But he's a transgender, now he's a woman, and can't beat women at tennis.
Then you just suck.
That's pretty embarrassing.
You just suck, buddy.
It's like, you shouldn't be in sports.
Doesn't matter what you whacked off or waxed on. It doesn't matter.
Oh, boy.
I kept it clean. There's no cursing.
You're okay. You're all right.
I'm trying. Oy.
Gotta keep you...
I should just say oi on everything. That would keep everything.
By the way, we have a guest, right? And she has her son, who's 12 years old. So
who hits 230-foot home runs.
Which is fine, but, let's not...
He knows all the words.
You think he knows all the words? We'll find out.
I think we will.
Ronda Rousey no longer holds half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. We're talking a little wrestling for a second. Right?
We are?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
After her tag team partner and longtime friend Shayna Baszler turned on her at Money in the Bank, the rumor is that the baddest woman on the planet may no longer want to be part of the WWE, is contemplating a return to UFC. Thoughts on that?
Well, if she fights CM Punk, she's winning. But that's about it.
Wow.
It's not
and she's not even transgender.
Ronda, it's not. Yeah, it's
and
not.
He's not even transgender.
It's not a good idea.
Punk should become transgender.
He might have more of a shot.
He might.
He did not do well as a male.
He did not.
Identifying as a male was not good for him. So yeah.
Let me ask you.
This is
now
really...
we're thinking about it, right? So I was a pretty decent athlete. But I never reached the
I was
levels.
amazing, but nobody knows that. But go ahead.
But I never reached the levels.
Yeah.
Would it make sense just to claim to be transgender so maybe you could go further in life?
Wow, check out those boobs. Go for it. What are you telling me?
What I mean is, like, I put on a wig and I run. Like, I was fast. You wouldn't believe it now, but I was fast.
But Mary and Monty? I mean, what are we saying?
I put a wig on and beat everybody. And then all of a sudden, I'm winning Olympic gold medals.
Yeah, but then someone goes, hey!
No, but I just say I'm a transgender.
That's all. You just identify.
I identify as a woman.
That's it. You're safe. You're clear. Welcome to 2023.
You just got to say it.
Just say it.
When will the first person identify as a dog?
This is going to sound scary, but back in high school, David Sutkin identified as a
You can't name names on a show.
Oh, what's up, Dave? He said he wanted to be a puppy in his next life, so I think he was already pre-identifying. Don't you remember that, David?
Lawsuit.
What?
All right, anyway.
Why?
Upcoming shows.